Alrighty. So let's hop on in. We will today get a real big step forward. Hi everybody. So the big plan for today is quite simple. I want to finish up the last few pre-productions that are necessary and get that mall going. Because we made a pretty good preparation in the last episode, and therefore pretty much everything I need on this belt, and we're going to see how that'll work out. Or so I did prep up a little bit of glass. Let's think about that. Oh, that's bad. This is a red belt. This needs also a red splitter. And we'll need... I'll just plot that in somewhere, because as soon as I'm going to scale that whole thing up, I'm going to replace everything anyways. Quite messy so far. Don't like that. Well, we're going to pipe off a bit of that, and we're going to pipe off that, and then we are going to make ourselves some bricks. Let's bake some bricks. So I basically only have to fix up bricks and concrete, and then I think we have a pretty decent starter setup running. So how much is that? Really not much. Do we need more? If we need more, we can make more. Let's leave it like that. The options are on the table. I really don't need to go too crazy about that. We can go with basic inserters here. What a nice relief. A nice change for once. So let's stop making so many things manually. Start making things more automatically. Embrace the nanobot, yada yada yada. There's really only so much I want to do manually. So these go on a drop near, and we pipe that stuff out into that direction. So how was that concrete recipe again? It's brick, iron stick, and sand and water. Okay, so that means... this is even more interesting. That means we really need more. We really need more brick production. Because I just realized that we're going to use these bricks for both things. So let's revert that setup of the inserters. And let's see, we're going to use like this. And now we have to bring those bricks somehow also to the concrete factory. So we have now 6 blocks. So shift right click to copy the setting, shift left click to apply it. A lot easier than making it the other way. Alright, so hi there. No Rimworld today. I don't think that I find the time for it today. I don't have that much of a time frame for today. Alex Anderson, is YouTube my main source of revenue? Sadly, so far, yes. Or luckily, I don't know. But the answer is a straight up yes. So Aikichi, I think I'll definitely return to it tomorrow or later tonight. Might be the case. There is a window of opportunity at, well, check. Roughly 5, well, something like 7 hours from here. I usually stream another time. Okay. Now, break. I got the brick. What I'll need, though, is I'll need concrete as well. So we are going to make concrete. What does concrete need? Brick, sand, and water. So do I have any use for that sand beyond that? So let's see. How much sand do I use out of that? Not too much. So we can go for more. Give me a sec. So we're going to use that sand there and make the concrete out of that. That glass here is more or less auxiliary anyways, so... There we go. So we're only needing some iron sticks for that. And then we're good to go with the concrete as well. So let's just do this like that. And then we got already a good portion of the recipe on the belt. So we're going to need only... Oh, we're going to need tier 2 assembly machines. Yeah, of course. But, these are the ones that accept... Thank you, Alex. It's so kind. Appreciate that a lot. Thank you. There are a lot of... that brought me out of the concept. The tier 2 assemblers are the first ones that accept fluids as an input. So we're needing that, of course. So let's see. How much throughput do we have with just one of these guys? We are needing not too much of anything for one of these. Okay. Cool stuff. Really, really cool stuff. So... we are going to pick up some iron here. I mean, it's really, really easy. We have the main output of the iron here, so... we're just going to produce some iron sticks on site here. And if I understood that correctly, even just one of these machines would be enough. Yeah, that's 2 sticks out of one machine. Let's say we're going to make a machine, 2 machines of this. So yeah, we're totally overproducing there. Okay, whatever. I mean, I do appreciate the fact that we could scale that up, because at the end of the day, it is really, really valuable to have that. Speaking about valuable, let's go on over to the road depot, because this is the one thing that I'm going to... I want to keep near this cluster if I want to do anything temporary, simply because I know that I will rip out this. And we are going to do one thing. I just realized that I really, really wanted to do one thing. I wanted to automate some underground pipe production. It sucks so hard to have to do that manually. It really, really does. You don't want to produce that stuff manually. So there we go. But you need tons of that stuff at the end of the day. I really don't mind crafting a couple of these bad boys manually, the singular ones, but doing that for the underground pipes, nah, no fun. Necess, yeah, I already I already did my part in that. I actually did a tutorial. Have a good day too, Alex. Thank you. I'm just waiting for that game to be more finished. I love Necess so far. It's a cool blend between action and RimWorld elements. Enjoyed myself a ton there. Sadly, they really need to fix up a bit more content, just flat out content. They don't have enough content yet. But I know, that's okay. If that's the only problem of a game, this is one of the least troublesome problems, at least. Okay, guys, we're gonna have concrete, man. So early concrete. Really happy with my approach so far. So let's get that stuff through here. Right around the corner. And let's see, we're going to be around there. So yeah, that seems to be in order. You see here already, the underground pipes are depleting like crazy. But luckily, I got that automated now. Okay then. We are going to do this like that. Keep it a little bit more compact here. Just the frickin' meteors. Nothing too special there. Okay, so we got that. We are going to need more of these. I want a second one. These bad boys here need steel. Oh, yeah, steel. Damn. That's been the curse of my mall construction so far. Yeah, we need steel too. Damn. Now I know what I avoided to think about. Steel in Krastorio is a pretty rough thing, not gonna lie. Yeah, well, we're going to make it like that then. That's the case. Not the most practical thing, but if I ever wanted to produce larger amounts of concrete, this little thing here won't cut it either way, so... It is okay. Oh, whoopsie. That's the wrong height. But I sure don't mind some iron sticks in my pocket. We're going to turn them into power poles. So... there we go. Concrete production. Oh, I don't have this. Alrighty, so pick up, pick up, pick up, pick up. There we go. Just a small, nice little compact thing. Just a small little compact thing. It'll only produce 1.5 concrete per second, but it's a start, you know? We don't need that much either. No! Power poles are trolling me. So you see, and now it turned into a complete jumble. I really need to get those big boys going on. Really sucks to do this with the small power poles. It's really not mattering how you're doing it. It'll always look crappy, one way or another. But let's just let this pass by. Okay, so concrete fixed up. Wonderful. Now off to the steel question. I mean, let's see. Let's say I want to produce something like 3 steel plates per second. Is that much? I don't think so. It surely is. So steel plate, iron plate plus coke. Alright, so for an output of 3, I'll need a lot, I guess. So here, this will require an entire backbone here, production-wise. But turns out it ain't that horrible. Okay, let's do this. We need 3 greenhouses. Requires more glass. Good thing that I started crafting glass. And iron. Yum. Alrighty, so that's that. We're just gonna plug in these guys there, and then... I mean, the good news is I have everything here. Last episode I plugged in the coal as well, so we got all we need. Oh man, it's making me so happy to see these automatic things happening, man. See how the train drives in, slows down, does its thing. So, man, good feels. Okay, so we are lacking a third of these guys so far. Okay. I bet I just, no, I didn't block out the power there. Okay. So let's connect it like that. This is really one of the most simple things that we've ever did. But if this is under pressure, I want to be able to satisfy the production quota. That's why I'm amping it up. Even though we don't seem to need it right now. But it's only looking like we're not needing it. Okay. Oh man, can't wait to set this whole thing up for real now. Good. Now we can split off some of that wood and carry it over there. So, you know what? Actually, now that I think more closely about it, I'm going to produce the coke right here. We're just going to take that lumber, take it the other way around. I know that looks weird, but I don't care. And we'll just meet up with the coal down there, you know? It is easy like that. So here we go. We'll need 5 furnaces to produce coke for us. And coke requires wood and coal. This way we don't need to transport the wood too far through the entire base, and I really dig that. So here we go. What a nice coincidence, gotta say. Oh. Not gonna happen. Okay, so we got it nice and expandable again. Let's do this. We need this one a little bit wider. So let's check this out inserter-wise, but I bet we can do with it basics. Yes, we can. Alright. So I'll shamelessly use the coal for fueling the furnaces here, because, you know, I could process it into processed fuel first, but seriously, in this regard, I really don't care. Okay, there goes coke, and then we're going to need coal yet again for the fueling process. So we're going to... Nah, not like that. On the other side, we are going to use the... What's it called again? The processed fuel. Here, I feel like it's okay to do that lazy man's thing here for once, but we don't need to grow a habit out of that. Okay, so I got that. Let's do our... So how much plotting do I need for that? We need 20 furnaces to pull this off. So basically a tad bit larger than that. Where would that fit? It's already pretty messy here, but I expected that. So my first thought is to go either here or there. Yeah, let's go on over there. We can remove this entire belt here and just let it roll. A little bit less obstructing. Here we go. It's one really important thing about Factorio. If it doesn't fit, make it fitting, you know. There's literally no penalty for replacing things, so why should you not be replacing things? Okay, there we go. I got a lot of stone in my bag, so we're going to... whatever, let's pick that up right away. It's red belt. Red belt is precious. So this way I'll definitely have enough room to make the steel production happen over there. We will have to replot this entire thing when we go for real throughput. Here, these numbers, they are a joke. You know, I'm not even aiming for an entirely filled belt here right now. It's just, you know, not much, but we don't need that much right now. What I need and what I want right now is something to kickstart my mall for real. Something that gives me a stable throughput of steel, you know. So we are going to need 12 iron ore and yeah. Okay. First we have to create the iron and then we're going to get to do the other stuff. So let's move the process fuel over here. I like that. And let's hop on over here. So, you know what? Let's have some fun. How are we going to do that? Yeah, well, whatever. I'll just go classy. No fun here. No fun allowed. So we're going to have to replace all that with steel furnaces one day too. It's not far enough out there yet. Not far out enough, man. Here, that's better. Shouldn't conflict with my train tracks. Okay. Ah, yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna be lazy. I love what I see there. Right now, I see that that there's a little bit of a inconvenience with the fuel supply for this entire setup, and I'll just wire up coal into that. It'll make brilliant sense in a minute. There we go. So here we get now coal on that belt. Usually I use processed fuel, as you all know, but here we're going to use that for the outer layer of the system. This is going to be nice. And then I got the mighty one belt of each setup. And then we're going to have to ponder about how to do it furthermore. Okay, so here we go. And now we get to set this up like that. This guy is producing the iron plate. This guy is producing the steel plate. So here we go. Oh, that's one grid. One piece too. Low. Okay. Need some more copper. Oh, I can't wait to autocraft finally my nanobots. I imagine no longer needing to pick up ammo. Man. So I hope this will work out. Yeah, I didn't build it too narrow. Okay. So the beauty of what I did here for me is that I'm going to have fuel for these guys via the coal and fuel for these guys via the processed fuel. So win-win. Now, we have to output on an outer ring and combine these outer rings at the end of all this. And we are going to do this into that direction. But now, let's set up the inserters. So, well, we're definitely going to need a blue one for that. And if I remember correctly, we actually would need 2 red inserters for the ore input, but let's not be like that. So, what about this guy? He'd need actually also more than 1 inserter for that input. Crazy, man. Crazy. Alright. Let's set up for this side. That's the setup for that side. And now we can just copy that. And do that until we have this 10 times in total. So now we have 4, now we have 8, and now we have 10. And as you see here, we just need to put in more into the system, and we can just amp up our steel production with that. If I ever get to that wonderful spot where I feel like I'm going to amp up my steel production. I highly doubt it, because right now we are really not that strong yet, but the good part is I now have all the necessary ingredients to set up the mall like I wanted to. So that's where we went with all the preparations. But now I got basically all the materials you could possibly need at this stage of the game, because we're not that deep in yet, to set up whatever you want to set up, and I'm really, really happy with that. But I'm really curious to see what has slipped past my radar. Because there's literally always something that is trolling you, you know? Alright, let's see. And now we just combine it like that. And then we have a material stream of everything, you know. Wonderful. So a good portion of the basic materials now flows into the intermediates section, but here's steel. We can take iron from here. We can take copper from there. And we have all the intermediates up there. We can start building a mall, my man. Nice. Finally. Oh, man. I like most here that this is actually expandable pretty decently. Didn't expect that to go off that well. This one's wrong. So something went wrong here. I must have copied one of these guys there. Somehow. But now they are working, aren't they? Yikes. What a weird oversight. Alright, so let's finally go, man. Let's see. We are running out of all manner of different things. But what's for me one of the most pressing matters so far is the freaking electric pole situation, because it really bothers me. It really, really, really bothers me. So why not start out with that? But before I do anything, I have to really do a decision where we are going to set up shop, because I haven't made that yet. This decision, I mean. So I would love to have the copper in a vicinity to that, so let's make that happen. And then the next thing that comes crosses my mind is I really want tier 2 logistics stuff. I'm quite tired to work with tier 1 stuff at all these points. We deserve better. At least if you ask me. Now then. Obviously we'll need some iron beams here as well, but that's okay. Alrighty. So, with all that plundered stone, let's head on over to the brick factory and feed those machines. And same goes here. Just want to get rid of a couple of junk items in my inventory. The rest of the junk I'll keep except for the coke. This can go into the steel production. Okay, nice. So, like I said, let's start with a little facility for that stuff. We have everything we require for that, so let's get started. Map-wise, well, I have set up the intermediates in this location here, so basically I think the smartest approach so far will be to work in this area. Later we most likely will have to replace that in one way or another. It's just not enough. We'll definitely need just more in the long run, but let's just keep working like that for now. Okay, so we have the basic materials flowing in from here. So how about going like that? So what do I have on these belts here? These are the engines. And we're going to let the engines flow down this way. So we have input on the lower axis. This is basically like when you're doing a diagram, a curve diagram. We have an X and a Y axis, so to say. Alright, so we're running out of belt constantly. Quite predictable. And there's automated train production that we have to go for. So many wonderful things. And then, when everything is set up, I want to go for oil processing. How about the power so far? Wonderful. How about the supplies? Not so wonderful. Man, I like what is going on here so far. We're really kicking it. Okay, so we got engines, and for these bad boys here, we only need iron sticks, copper cable, iron beam, steel. So nothing that would go out of the ordinary. So let's start out with that. Oh, yeah, there's another thing that I want to do. Really important for me. It's now time to pave the way. What I mean with that is, henceforth I want to start using the concrete I'm producing as some, how it's called, pavement. Yeah, because it's about time that we make this place nicer looking and we walk faster on that stuff, so it's definitely worth it. So I want to store some of that here, but for now only one stack should suffice. This is, after all, my pipeline for the production. Okay, so iron and copper and steel, that's what we're going to need for this entire thing here. So let's make that happen. There we go. So now we have the raw material. we are going to need iron sticks and copper cables, so let's start with those. How about 3 facilities for copper cables right away? And let's see how far these will take us. How was that? These were okay with 1 fast inserter each, yeah? Yeah. And inserters, that's another thing that I also want to work on. So here, now I'm going to handcraft the big poles because I don't want to see those crappy thingies in my mall anymore. They are not allowed, they are not welcome, and they are surely not going to be used if I can avoid it. Because it's just that much better, you know. As you see here, I'm just placing down 1 frickin' power pole, and the entire block here is powered up. Easy. Alright, so that's the copper cable we need. Then we are going to need iron stick, so let's provide as well. Do I want to provide from here? Well, why not? So for the time being, I'm just going to set this up like that. Experience has shown that 1 machine of iron stick gets us a pretty long way. Let's see how it is in this regard. So we can already build up the small electric pole. We're going to need extra iron beam here as a supplement there. So we are going to provide from here as well. I like that. So I do know, though, that iron beams are something that you really only produce slowly here. So probably would make sense to put that onto more than just 1 machine here. Also put the inserter here on drop near duty, so we don't have the problem that these conflict with each other. Okay, so is there anything else we're going to need pre-production wise? Steel beam for the big electric pole. The big electric pole doesn't need any pre-product either, so that's a pretty good thing. So we are going to go on this way. How about that? I'll take it. Oof, I need underground belts. Jeez. We're gonna get there. One thing at a time, one thing at a time. So, yeah. If I am not mistaken, this is all we need to set up the production. Yep, yep. Wonderful. Alright, let's go. The real important things in life are now happening. And the best part about it, it's finally happening with the good power poles and not the crappy ones anymore. So there we go. We are going to produce a couple of the small ones too as a reserve, but not many. So these guys are okay to each other. So what's the throughput here? We can... all the iron beams are going to be used up by these guys. We are producing half an iron beam per second, so no chance. But I won't put this under more pressure here. No interest. Why? Because I really feel like this is all I really need here. Seriously, we don't need more. So instead, we are going to produce some steel beams. Let's see. Steel beam has the same equation as the other thing, and we are going to make the storage buildings here as well. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Alrighty. Works brilliantly with basic inserters. Oh my god, I'm so happy, I can't tell you. Because if I remember correctly, the warehouses need steel beam, steel plate, and they need... Oh, you don't need the medium container as a pre-production for that anymore. Brilliant. Oh yeah, so we are going to put up a couple of these extra. So we have the steel beam to work with. So, dry tree. I didn't even see that there was a tree. That's how dry the tree was. Alright. This is so much fun. Alright, we got that. Now, before I go into the warehouse thing, let's go to the big electric pole thing. So iron stick, copper cable, we need some of that, but we also need some of the other stuff, so... We can resolve that issue, though, quite easily. So this way we'll mix in the concrete into the system. We have steel, beam, and concrete there. I think that's a brilliant thing. Okay, there we go. This way we're just going to need to pipe that over here. And you already saw that. Oh man, I'm at the point where I don't want to go back to my home base or my home starter base to pick up the old stuff I need there, but on the other hand, I really don't know how I should without. Yeah. So let's see, we're going to... How about this? I like putting up corner shops like this. If you need that many products, I feel like that's always a nice little compromise, so to say. There we go. Oh man, that's such a huge piece of progress, I can't tell you. So now we can replace so many things and make so many things better, and as soon as I have access to stuff like the substations, we only need to plug in electronic circuits and we're good to go. Although electronic circuits will be their own their nightmare on their own. Okay, so we got that settled down. Let's get on over to the whole logistics deal. So we are going to need electronic circuits, but that's as weird as the requests will get. So I'm just going to pick up all that stuff here, and you know what? We're going to build some underground belt there. I bet that this should be easily doable. Exactly. And we're just going to continue here with the logistics like I see fit. But what I really want now is steel plate, steel beam, concrete. So we are here at the corner shop that I was referring to. So warehouse can be made here. We got that stuff, and we got the other stuff, and we got the stuff, and yeah. Just messing around here, of course. So that's going to be very pleasant for us. I mean, that stuff is really resource heavy. Very resource heavy. But at the same time, I feel like it's so much worth it. These big boys here, they get you really a long way. Okay, so let's grab ourselves some power poles because we are filthy rich now. And let's continue creating belts. The best belts of them all. So transport belts need single, can't talk anymore, single cylinder engines. We want, therefore, a lot of single cylinder engines and a lot of iron gear wheels. All in all, our entire production here consists out of iron and copper. Steel is not in the shopping list here whatsoever so far, but I'm pretty sure this won't be a thing forever. And here's the electronic circuit. I was just wondering where's the electronic circuit we're preparing. Okay, so that means we are going to ignore the steel from this part on. Let's just pretend it doesn't exist. And we're going to head on over here. Okay, so let's see. I don't have that much room left here. So I'm going to roll on over like that. Let's take the curve like that. So my basic plan now is to set up a machine of each. Let's see. We need iron plate in pure form only for the belts. Every other product doesn't require pure iron plates anymore. So that means we're going to start setting up our pre-production on this side, where I want to set up the gear wheels. I bet this won't be enough, but we have to start somewhere. Was my power footprint? It's okay. So we got gear wheels. Now, these engines consist out of gear wheels and iron. So we're going to make this here. And now we can produce engines on this belt here. I'm merely doing this because I know how brutal this is going to be, and I hope that this will be enough production. So how much gear wheel does one of these machines eat? 0.8833, and we produce 1. So we have a slight overspill here. Slight overspill. And we need... whatever. So... I don't exactly want to ratio it out, but at the same time I also don't want to have a system that's completely inefficient because it's not providing enough of the small parts. And we are going to need iron beams, so we are going to provide that here as well. Whoop-de-doo, whoop-de-doo. Okay, so here we'll have the engine and the iron wheel, the engines and the iron beams on one belt. And let's see, I totally forgot about the loaders, but these don't need anything either. We definitely will have not enough iron gear wheels, I can already foresee that. So let's see, can I create somehow more iron gear wheels and put them here on this belt? I actually can. It is quite simple because I just need to create one machine here and basically input and output go like this. It works. Okay, so I think I have now on these two belts basically everything I'll need, and I can just split off some electronic circuits into this whole mess, and we're going to have the other side product as well. Let's go. So we are going to start out with a fast transport belt production. So let's see. But I really, really want to do one thing here. I want to make sure that the actual flow is going to go like that. Because this way, I can easily just break up this thing here and expand into that direction if I happen to need more product. I don't think I'll do, but you never know. So let's see, we're going to make a red belt here. Let's start it out with that. So, yum, 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 yum. Okay. I am out of iron plate. What a big surprise. Okay. Now, more containers. That's what I wanted. Here. This thing also needs iron gear wheel. That's why it's not working. So, let's limit that to this amount. And I am going to do an identical machine here. Because I do want to have a certain amount just for my private usage. And that's finally the point where we can dismantle the other little facility there. I'll just keep it for now for the pipe, but the rest here can go. Doesn't belong here, and now that I have successfully replaced it, I don't want to see it here anymore. There we go. We got everything that we had here and more. Well, okay. Not the underground pipe thingies, but that's seriously not really a big issue. But we ain't done yet. And so, as a matter of fact, I want to use this machine here also for another purpose. Because I know that the regular standard belt is also necessary for a lot of other products, so we're going to use that too. So what's the next deal? I want underground belts. I need iron beams, transport belts. And these needs fast transport belts. Oh, yikes. Okay. And I can't even put that out like I want to. Okay, well, we'll see about that. The next things are the next things, so... Arf. So, let's do the easy things first, you know? So that little thingy here will work a while, and the red one will require yellow underground belt and red regular belt. Okay. Yeah, I know what I'm gonna do. So, there we go. Watch me. Oh, here we go. I'm the problem solver. Wonderful. Okay, off to the next product. Splitters. So, or, well, loaders. We're going to need for loaders. Let's see. A loader requires iron gear wheel, iron beam, and transport belt. Okay. Transport belt, iron gear wheel, and iron beam. Okay. Got you, my boy. And there we go. And the red loader requires yellow loaders and fast transport belts. I think that was probably one of the smartest things to do, to create this little auxiliary belt filled with red belt. Only thing I'm considering is if I actually don't need 2 sources of red belt here. And we can already see a heavy shortage in iron gear wheels. It's not as if I hadn't expected that. But whatever, it's okay. So we have these, we have those. Now splitters are the last thing on the line. So we need the same things here, and here we'll need electronic circuits. It sucks. So, well, now we're just going to pipe the electronic circuit through here. Quite easy, actually. It is quite easy, actually. Okay. Whoop-de-doo. Oh, yikes. The meteorites are in town. I hate meteorites. Want to know why I hate meteorites? I'm going to show you why I hate meteorites. Okay. This time we got lucky. Sometimes they contain uranium, and it burns. You know, it burns. Okay. Well, whatever. It'll do for now. So, where was I? Splitters. Yellow splitter requires gear wheel, engine, and transport belt. So, stuff we don't have here right now. But when you are in that moment where you produce everything at once, every mall is always in crisis mode to begin with. So now the red one requires the yellow one, and electronic circuit, iron gear wheel. One day, new iron gear wheels will arrive. But now we at least have everything here together we need to expand our base with. Isn't that nice? So those red guys need also iron gear wheel, eh? So definitely wanna copy that dude. Alright, that's as much as I can help here. And this little thingy here, well, whatever, it's okay. I was just wondering if I couldn't do more than that. But at the end of the day, I know how this works. This will take a while until it fills, but it does fill. And once it's filled, it's fulfilled. We don't need more than that. Okay, let's head on over to the inserter department. So we are going to need the motors, the automation cores, iron stick, circuit, steel plate. So we literally only have to fix up some iron sticks here, and then we're good to go. So, tell you what, let's see. I need really nothing except for iron and steel. Brilliant. So I'm going to use this like that. Oh man, it's going to be so good once we got this really done. So here we got these bad boys. So now we have to consider... Oh, you know what? Nah. Just realized one big mistake in my thoughts here. Most of my intermediate products are up there, so... Let's just use it like that. Do I have red underground belts already? Or are these still just in the making? Nope, they are done. Do I need them? Yes, I need them. Alrighty. Just my basic thought here was that we might be just heading on over... Oh no, I don't need copper. Just heading on over here and produce our inserters up there. Really close by to the actual intermediates. You see, the... Where are the automation cores? Ah, up there. You see, I have the automation cores and the inserter parts up there, and I felt like I'm not exactly doing myself any bigger favor by doing it like that. So we're going to roll on like this, and this is going to be inserter land. Okay. So I figured we need iron sticks. I already found out so much. But that's the easiest part. Okay. So, oh yeah, we're also going to need engines again. Do we need gear wheels here in any way? No, we merely need the engines for the tier 1 production here. Okay. So that means we're going to go on like that. Gear wheel. Engine. Did we need single cylinder engines anywhere else? No. Okay. And let's see, the burner inserter machine. Let's see. Would love to have 1 engine per second, and how many engines per second does this thing spit out? Good enough. That's the kind of efficiency I can work with. And this will also need inserter parts, of course, so... Do we need the iron plate in any other way here? No. Okay. Does this thing need iron plates? No. Okay, so we're going to weave it like that. So... Go. So everything else will be built out of yellow inserter. Now that I realize that... Do I want to make a second one of these guys? I mean, it would be quite easy, wouldn't it? So... yeah, I think I'll do this. That should be then definitely enough for our cause. There's a simple reasoning behind what I'm doing here. I'm really afraid that we're going to run out of inserters here. The yellow ones, I mean. And I think it really won't hurt to provide a good buffer, good production there. Okay, so the yellow inserter requires automation core, electric motor, and a burner inserter. Okay. We need our blue motors up here too. Let's configure this guy only to blue motors. Oh, I'm missing underground belts. Let's change that. Stuff's going to be a lot easier from here. I mean, it's still a pretty shabby looking mall after all, but that's how we start. Alright, and I'm going to let that roll this way here. Okay, then. So, is that right? Yellow inserter goes like that, yeah. Oh, I'm lacking automation cores. Yuck. Do we need inserter parts for any other of these? The answer is no, we don't. So we only need the automation cores here. So let's do some nifty little magic and use this. So well, okay. This will provide a moment of problems here, but only a short moment. As a matter of fact, I love it so far. Okay, so we need red inserters for that, and the other inserters for that. And now we have food for future. Oh, whoopsie, that won't work here. Does this even work with a basic inserter, or are these too slow? They are, of course, again, too slow. Okay, so yellow inserters will be the ingredient of most of these things now. And we should probably consider putting a couple of these in a box here. Okay, now red inserter needs iron stick and yellow inserter. So I'm really, really tempted to go for a filter here, but, well, whatever. I don't want to. Okay. Iron stick. A regular inserter. Goes in a box. Fast inserter, yellow inserter, and steel plate. So let's do this. I somehow always love mall building a lot. I don't know. Oh, and we'll need the electronic circuit for real this time. Here we go. So, fast inserter. Goes steel plate, electronic circuit. Definitely want a bigger amount of these. Well, maybe 100. And the last type is the filter inserter. Okay. It's not really anything special here. Okay. Inserter land. So, goes like that, doesn't it? Oh, requires steel plate too. Alright, sometimes you need filter inserters. They are more like a specialty inserter, but when you need them, you really need them, and it's pretty good to have them. So, let's see. These bad boys here, yeah, the stack inserter will need stuff that we don't have available yet. So, red circuits. There's going to be no red circuit without oil processing, so I don't need to worry about that. So, my dear friends, I'll be right back in a minute. I need to see the bathroom and I need tea. Now, forgive the interruption. Okay, I got inserters, I got street building, I got... Did I do except for that? Got roads, we got storage, we got power poles, exactly the power poles. Okay, nice start so far. And let's head on over to the actual buildings, shall we? So I want to start out with assemblers because I'm starting to run dry on these. We're going to need automation core, stone brick and iron plate, motor, assembly machine, motor. So we're definitely going to need that stuff there, but we're also going to need that stuff there. So to avoid any unnecessary problems here, I'm going to put this here on automation core yet again. just like we did with the other machine. And let's go like that, because I really don't want to split on off anything else there. So, do we even get any automation cores on that belt anymore then? Or do all the automation cores now get splittered away there? It looks like all the automation cores get split away. That's not what I wanted. So we'll actually have to... The hell? Yeah, whatever. Surely not what I wanted, but... I know that inserter parts won't be needed here. Ever. Okay, we're going to use the intermediates down here like that. And let's see, for the building parts, will we ever need pure copper plates? Is there anything? Yeah, the electrolysis plant. The crusher needs copper cables, so okay, there is actually a good reason to include these materials. Wait a sec. Actually super unhappy with what I'm doing here. So we got the intermediates rolling down here. Do I really want that? Is there any better way to do this? I mean... yeah, whatever. Okay, now let's start with the assemblers. We're going to need stone bricks as well, so let's invite on in the stone brick. Let there be stone brick. Oh, I'm out of belts. It's so good to have everything now I need in my vicinity. There we go. It's a very, very helpful thing. Okay, stone brick, I said. Now then, stone brick, automation core, and iron plate. So, as a matter of fact, that's exactly what we see here on the corner. Not quite happy with the construction of that, but whatever. So what does this fella need? Small electric motors. Okay. Then let's go with this. I'll put this guy on a drop near. Okay, so it's getting all the material it needs, but drop near doesn't work. There's multi-cylinder engines on that. I keep overlooking them. So we're going to need iron gear wheel, burner assembling machine. Oh, well. How do I want to do this? Ah, yeah, this looks good. So we're just going to produce the necessary iron gear wheel on site, and this way, problem solved. Input, input. Let's make a double input here, just for safety issues and have a sip of tea. Oh dear. Here we have, of course, a good reason for a filter inserter. You see? That's the first time we can use them. So this guy is only allowed to pick up yellow inserters. Nothing else. There we go. This whole thing here will stay like that until I go for the space mall. I'm pretty sure I will find some room for expansions here and there, but all in all, this is going to be what I'm going to use until I use the space mall. It'll all make sense in a second, believe me. Wait a sec, is that too far? Are you kidding? I didn't expect that. But we can work with that one too. It's just like there was no box for me to put those tier 1 inserters into. Assemblers. But then again... Oh, wait a sec. I have a solution for that. Ah, yeah, 2 solutions, actually. There's no reason to turn that off. This was actually good. But we're also going to have a drop near configuration here. As you know, the tier 2 assemblers are going to need that too. So, here we'll need small electric motors, tier 1 assembler, steel plate, and electronic circuit. So... Ooh, yikes. So these things don't work that good, usually. Yeah, why not? Let's combine the electronic circuit again with the steel. So, what are we going to need? We are going to need small electric motors, tier 1 assemblers, electronic circuits, and steel plates. And if I'm not mistaken, that's all. Nice. So now I have a full-on production of that stuff. Cool. Let's head on over to the mining machines. So here we'll have a very similar thing. We need more of those single-cylinder engines. These guys are so annoying, I tells you. So here we go. Okay, then. Let's get started with the single-cylinder engine thing. Again. And barrels. Here we go. Okay, and that little sucker will need stone brick and iron plate. Okay. Stone brick, iron plate. Here we go. So, what's next? we want to produce an electric mining drill. We're going to need the burner mining drill, of course, as our ingredient. Then we're going to use this. And seriously, only iron gear wheel? Nice. So we're going to do this yet again like... Ah, well, whatever. We're going to do this like that then. So let's copy the setup. Okay, electric mining drills. Let's leave it at 100. That should be enough. Oh well. Nah, 100 are okay. Let's see. What else? Oh, steel furnaces. They'll need stone furnaces. Oh gosh, are you kidding me? I hate this. So yeah, as a matter of fact, my mall will also need a small trickle of stone. Good thing that we can provide. Okay. So let's see. Steel furnace requires stone brick, stone furnace, and steel plate. So well, I think one of these guys will be totally enough. So where's the steel plate at? Down here. But I also got steel plate here. So yeah, we're going to do this like that. So that's the steel furnace production. Nice. We have a very, very early start on all these things for my standards, at least. Most of the time more of a slowpoke with these things, but here we have a really good thing going on for ourselves here. Okay, steel furnaces done. Mining machines done. We are not going... Well, we could go for a couple of steam... for the steam engine production there. And probably boilers too, but I don't know. Boilers aren't that important. So, as you can see here already, the electric motor production we have set up isn't sufficient at all. Ah, no, I have the same issue again like I had with the other thing there. Splitting it off the one way is killing the output for this thing entirely. Of course, not how it was supposed to be. There we go. If there's nothing coming down a belt anymore, it's always worth checking out what the hell's going on there. Alrighty, so... It's clearly visible already that we're stressing out our mineral throughput here quite heavily. But at the end of the day, we have to build stuff to get stuff. Alright, greenhouse automation. Greenhouses would require wood and glass. So... Greenhouse. Wood, glass, iron beam, and automation core. So, let's see. I mean... My wood production is all the way over there. Yeah, well, I don't feel like going for that right now. Ugh. Although... That's one of the more tricky things. My wood production is over here. My glass production is down here. We need automation core on top of that, and a bit of iron. So, well, let's see. Iron, automation core. The only thing we don't have here for real is glass. But honestly, that's easy. That's actually quite easy. It's just like, I really want to have, like, stuff that I'll need prepared this time. In my previous runs, I was a lazy boy, and I was, like, not thinking that I'd need these things, and it really did bite my back every single time I thought and went like that. Basically, regretted it every time. Every single time. So this time, we're trying to be smarter. Okay. And let's see. I built all this with the glass, but actually, now that I think more closely about it, we're going to make it exactly differently. Oops. So what we are going to do is we're going to take glass over to this side here. Or at least our crappy production of it. And here we get wood and glass. Let's see. I know it's a lot of belt just to move a tiny portion of glass, but whatever. Here we go. And so, by the way, I realized that... How was that automation core production again? Iron stick, iron gear wheel. So, that's requiring 4 iron gear wheels per second. Each one of these bad boys requires 1 iron gear wheel per second. So, let's compactify that and make it stronger. Remove the weak power poles and make this entire thing stronger. So here we go. That's 2 more. Because I plan to do exactly 2 more. Okay. But what I certainly do realize by now is that I am really starting to run low on material. The iron plates are on so many belts right now depleted. But and now we're only producing 15 iron per second. Of course it doesn't really kick it. I'm not too surprised about that. So we are going to copy this little abomination here. And set it up like that. So let's see. These guys are producing 6 iron sticks per second. Yeah. Yup. Okay. Brilliant. So we got all that. Nice. So we have now extra automation core on this, and let's see. I want automation core, glass, and wood, and stone brick. Right? No iron beam. Ah, brilliant. So let's put iron beam here on the table. Yuck. There we go. So that's that. Yeah, let's make that twice, so it's not that super slow. Then we'll make this, and I'm out of belts. Okay. I basically just don't want to live in a world where I have to handcraft my greenhouses anymore. And I did that quite a lot in the past. This has to stop. We also have to pave this entire area here so I don't move like a snail anymore. And once the mall is finally fully set up and functional, we are going to think about lab. Looking forward to that. But I think before we can talk about the lab, we'll have to talk about the supply. Because I bet that my iron production will run sooner or later dry. Let's see. How much is here? 53k. So I have the slight feeling as if I am outputting a little bit faster than I'm taking iron in. But that's okay. Right now we are transforming tons of different materials into stuff. Therefore, I really feel like it's completely understandable what's happening here. Okay. Now then. I got belt. Let's go. Yeah, you see there, our iron production is just stretched thin like that. Basically, I would love to have an entire smelting facility for the intermediates and another entire smelting facility just for them all. But, well, what you want and what you get are usually two different pair of shoes. So, alright. So here, glass, iron beam, inserter parts, and then we just need to split off some wood, and then we have this messy little wonder of nature together. Let's do it like that. That's going to be literally one of the very few things that's going to be allowed to live here. Because actually this is the area where I do my intermediates and not my finisheds. But I really don't know when and where I will put wood into my standard repertoire, so let's see. Yeah, looks like this guy could use another fast inserter, eh? Yeah, there we go. Greenhouses, automatic. Then crushers, iron gear wheels, copper cables, iron beams, automation cores. That's quite a lot of stuff to produce. So, consider really for the next version of the mall if I shouldn't produce iron gear wheels and the like as a thing in the intermediate factory after all. So we really end up using a lot of assemblers for that stuff at the end of the day. Okay, iron gear wheel, copper cable, iron beam. Jesus, that's just a lot of intermediates there. So iron gear wheel, iron beam, and copper cable. So we'll just split off a couple of these there. Not bad. works, honestly. Nobody will notice. So, do we have now everything in the vicinity? We are lacking automation core, aren't we? Okay, no biggie. Let's put that stuff right on the belt with the copper cable. Alrighty. Gear wheel, beam. That's a very slow poke production then, but little do I care, you know. It really doesn't matter to me, as long as everything works out in the end. So... here we go. Washer production. Automated. Then, electrolysis plants. Now, these guys need glass too. And automation cores, and steel beams. So, as a matter of fact, turns out we need our glass in both directions. I've been wrong about that. So... well. Oh dear. So we might actually need a little bit extra. You know what? We're going to do this on like that. Well, maybe not splitting from the split. So there we go. Yeah, we don't need that crappy setup anymore. We got the better power poles by now. Alright. I really think that this might be actually the easiest way of getting the job done now. I mean, I am well aware of the fact that this will be the most inefficient glass production that you could think of, but it doesn't matter. It just does its great. It just does what it needs to do. Provide me with some basic glass production. Which I can use for my mole. Whoa, stop, man. So, I don't have the large ones yet, dang. Okay. So, electrolysis. Copper plate is also necessary, and automation core. So, we do have copper plate running along this way, and we don't have copper plate running along anywhere here. So, what to do? We don't have any huge strain on the copper in any particular way, so, well... we really might just cut it out from here. And... let's see. You know what? We're going to wire it over here. Because I got the room for that, and it's going to help me a ton. Since we are not really using any of that too much here, this will be a real big benefit there. And then we're going to put glass where? So glass will be necessary for the filtration plant and the electrolysis plant, so it's going to be quite important. And for the flare stacks, we're going to not need anything extra. So let's see, the oil refinery and the chemical plant. So yeah, the whole deal bringing glass over here is actually really, really smart. And we are going to weave it. Yeah, let's do this like that. I'll just go upstairs from here after a long, long way of avoiding most of the factory so far. Okay, now let's get started. First off, the electrolysis plant. We're needing steel beams and automation cores. We don't have steel beams yet, so that's why I'm emphasizing these. So let's see, we have a main node of steel running here, which is pretty diluted at that point, but it really doesn't matter that terribly, does it? Because it might be diluted, but it also contains very precious things, like electronic circuits, which we're certainly going to need next too. So let's do one thing. If I haven't misunderstood anything here, so we have here steel beam, steel beam, steel beam, steel beam, yeah. Definitely worth putting up a certain production of these guys. Let's say 4. And let's see, do we need to do anything inserter-wise here extra? I didn't think so. Alright, so that's going to be the steel beam we need for our projects. Okay, then glass is already rolling in like that. So let's take that upstairs if possible. I don't know. Is it long enough? No. Okay. Then we'll have to do like this. Okay. Actually, like the idea of that. So, copper, steel beam, glass. What was the last one there? Automation core. So, well, another corner shop time. But at the same time, yeah, okay. These need... now. I don't want to. We're much rather going to do this like that. Split. To split or not to split? To split. Okay, so that'll work out, I hope. Okay, that should do the trick. There's a lot of preparation with this mod pack, not gonna lie. So, we got these. Here, we need multi-cylinder engines. We got these on a different belt there. Let's put that up like there. Or we could actually go here. Oh dear. Spaghetti just like Mama used to do that. Okay, so I think, if I am not mistaken though, the reign of copper plates is now over, so we can make it like that. So let's see, multi-cylinder engine, pole automation core, you know what I'm gonna say. Okay. Yeah, at some point they should be able to pick up the materials they need to. So we have now electrolysis and filtration. Let's hop on over to the rest of these materials. So, oil refinery. We'll need electric motors, steel beams, pipes, stone bricks. So, we're going to need the brick now too. Well, I can use it like there. Not sure if we will get through it there though, so let's go rather here. Extra material, the brick. Okay. Now, I have brick, I have glass, I have steel beam, I have mortar. What I don't have is pipe. So the pipe is a little bit more obnoxious because we need iron for that. So we need to wire it up like that. Now let's just make sure that we're going to produce some pipe here. Oh, well, as a matter of fact, I think one of these guys is actually enough. Okay, so I got now the pipe, which I was lacking. And if I was remembering correctly, these recipes were basically the same, just with different numbers. Yep. So we can do this now like as follows. So oil stuff goes here, brick, blue engine, glass and steel. We don't need to prolong that one. So we could just go and promote that one into there. Although my bigger plan was a different one. Let's make it like that. Because both of these buildings will need pipe. If I'm not mistaken, we're going to make it like that. Alright. So let's see. Let's check out if it'll work. Okay, lacking steel beam, but that's not an issue of the input. Yeah, we got everything right here. Nice. I like that. Okay, so this is really annoying to set up, I know that, but it's so freaking important to do so anyways, so... Steel beam and steel plate. I don't have steel plate here on any belt there anymore. So, let's see, steel beam, steel plate, and electronic circuit. So, well... easy enough. We'll just expand that. And just a little thing here. Flare stacks are insanely important, you know. Therefore, can't have too many of them. Therefore, automate them. Alright. We are starting to get somewhere, aren't we? Alright, so now we're going to need the pump jacks. So the pump jacks are going to need pipe as well, but they're going to need gear wheel too. So we are going to save our situation like that. Here goes steel gear wheel. Oh, I'm out of belt again. Let's fix that. Iron gear wheel. Steel gear wheel, I mean. No biggie. I mean, we're only going to provide a very minuscule production of that, but... Oh no, wait a sec. That won't work. That won't work. I have this already as a double placement there, so... Never mind. We'll do the steel gear wheel production then like that. Yeah. I mean, you can already notice that my steel production is starting to run dry. I'm not surprised. If anything, I am surprised that I am able to do that much with it, but... Gosh, I suck. Can't I just slap down this thing here? Thank you. Okay, so where were we? Steel gear wheel for these guys, no? So, steel beam, steel gear wheel, pipe, and electric motor. So, we're going to do a different game here. Yeah, I know what I want to do. So, there we go. It'll take a while until these actually do much. But it'll be a lot easier this way. Okay, so next up is the pipe. Right, so what are we missing? Only motors and automation cores. Motors and automation cores. So that's a bit harder to get by. So we have the motors here. So slapping in a splitter there shouldn't be any issue whatsoever. Yep. Okay. The automation cores, though, are a little bit harder to acquire. Well. So let's do this like that. So this way there'll be only automation cores passing through this thing. It's the easiest way I could have figured right now. So there we go. And now we're just going to put the whole pipe stuff down here, and then ultimately we should be good to go. Let's see. Let's give those poor suckers a bit of a kickstart there. So, let's see. Did I do everything correctly? If so, I really should only need to clip and connect now. So, let's see. Whoop, whoop, whoop. And the same goes here. Alright. Power supply. And go. Alright, so we have access to automation cores, we have access to pipe. Yep. Okay, we got the pump jack production automated too. Nice. Pretty nasty stuff. Pretty annoying to set it up because you have to wire in so many little products there, but it's really worth it. So let's see. We are going to set up burner labs in general. Yeah, we need that too. But then I have pretty much everything on this page in automation. Yes. So we're going to need to create ourselves some choo-choos as well. So there's we are by no means done with that mold so far, but what I am is really pretty well off now. Alright, I'll turn off the stream at this point. I had a blast, and next time we are going to prepare more of that. Maybe I'll just be patching up something between the next stream and this one. I don't know how likely that'll be though, but yeah, I'm super happy with what we got so far, gotta say. So I really can't wait to see where we'll end up next. So, have a wonderful day, you all. Thank you all for the good company, and see you next time.